Okay. While others again feel no affinity for such action and enjoy doing good instead. And someone is against it, maybe again, or it's like don't want, and like a kind of the instead doing harming things, they're like more doing things as virtue things. When we are such action doing positive things, maybe more like kind of enjoying good instead or good actions, because maybe in the similarity cause action of the periods, the periods, maybe our lives, this person or this being's life, maybe it's like kind of the doer of the positive things. Maybe it's like involved the 10 positive actions. And therefore, and this similarity action, when we born in this life, and at the beginning, like automatically, and they like to do some good things. And then it's like, and also tendencies are the residues of former actions. Here is also such the tendencies are the residues of the former actions. Residues is the kind of the leftover, or it is like continue in the previous actions, and also similarity, the cause this action carry in here, and also it's like in the other word, the effect similar to the cause. Because it's like someone in this life and very much to do some positive things. Physically very kind, very much self-discipline, verbally, mentally. And this is maybe is the tendency comes from in the periods and action or the cause. And then it's like this similarity to the cause of the periods. And then this is like also life is like this. And it is saying how it is. I think this is comes from Nguru Rinpoche. It says, to see what you have born and before, look at what you are now. Now you are killer, or you are like kind of stoller, a doer of the sexual misconduct, or you are liar, or giver harsh word, and the nonsense chatter, or envious, sowing discord, and wrong view, so on. Or you are against that. And maybe it's like more discipline, more happy to do the positive things. We have different tendencies. It's according that we have different actions. Therefore, if you're really interested to look at in the periods of our life done before, look at what you are in the present moment. to see where you are going to be born in the next life, look at what you are, what you do now. Sir. What you do now. It is a very important word. To see what you have done before, look at what you are now in the present situation. And to see when you are going to be the future planned, to be born in the next life, low or higher, and you can to look at what you are, what you do now, what you're doing now. In general, what you do now. And are you doing some negative or positive? And exactly like this. Then you do the negative things, you automatically understood your destinations. If you doing the positive things, your is like kind of the understand and your destinations. Like this. This is, I think, these quotations you can look, but it comes from the Guru Rinpoche. And then the same is the true for the animals. Also true. Look at our animals. And they are also very much similarity. The action of the cause, similar to the actions, similar to the cause of action, similarity, the cause itself has two type of. The action of the similar to cause, experience similar to the cause. This is actions. Also animals. The intrinsic of the animals, such as the falcons and wolf to kill those birds, falcons and wolves, jackals, tigers, and all those kind of the killer, the predators, they all the times killing. And also like a wolf, particularly, who have very bad tendencies. When they have chance to kill, all the time killing, they don't eat, Some other predators, they kill, they eat, they kind of the full stomach, they never kill. When they're hungry, they kill, like kind of. But wolves as kind of the bad tendency, similarity, action of the cause, periods, like this, it's automatic. Or of mice to the steel, mice is like really the similarity, action of the cause. Mice is really very much stealer. On each case, and the case in effect similar to and caused by their former actions. And therefore, sometimes we can to say is some former actions. If you don't study, you cannot to change. One is like a former actions. This similarity cause, in this life we have a very strange behaviors, characteristic, doing funny things, immediately difficult to change. Maybe if you study like this sort of causalities, now I need to change. Everything can change. And some side things change in nirvana. Some side sentient beings we can change to the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas. And their big things change small, small things change big. Everything is there's possible in the perspective of the two nature realities. And we don't need to continue to carry ugly behaviors, ugly kind of actions, actually food, not ugly experience. We do not need to change. Like even the animals, they have in the periods similarity actions, the cause. This life is killed like this. Like therefore, and then it's like, okay, I can continue. 2.2.2 points. And then is the second is effect of experience. Experience similar to the cause. Experience similar to the cause. What does it mean? Experience similar to the cause. Like maybe it's in the past, whatever we experience, maybe also in this life we have this kind of similarity. For example, said each of the 10 harmful actions result in a pair of the effect on our subsequent experience. Each one is, there is a kind of the experience, and each 10 negative actions result in a pair of effect, two different type of our own subsequent experience. How it is, maybe we can to say is like first negative action of the taking life. And there's two kind of affect. To have kill in a previous life makes our present life not only short. And to killing in the previous lives, then is in this life to make the short life experience. And this is the experience similar to the cause, because we are killed to make the short life to the others, sentient beings. And therefore, we are also, it's like in this life, it's maybe very short. Someone is like born, they died. Someone's a few days died. Someone's week, month, years. They're different life. And also subject to frequent disease. And it's not only short life. If you are like kind of sickness, particularly in the previous life, maybe you take a life. And then this experience, and in this life, in the life, it is the sickness. And how it is the short lives. Sometimes newborn babies die as an effect similar to the cause of having killed in a past life. According that, someone's just born, few days died. Someone is like to developed everything is in the mother's womb, then some certainly wrong, they died in the womb. Someone just coming out died, someone few days, someone few months, someone few years. And someone is, of course, their old age is dying, but therefore different. But of course, become the same right time to die. A little bit old age to die is normal way. But if we are in the previous life to kill many different animals or sentient beings, harmed, then this experience very short life, and also top of that lot of sickness. There's past life. For many different, they may keep on dying as soon as they are born, over and over, again and again. This happened. And in this perspective, why we want to do like this? If we stop to the two killing, then the cause is stopped. In the future, we don't need to experience to die, born, die, born. Of course, we born, we died, but a little bit to be alive, to experience and to like kind of enjoy in this life. Of course, when we look at our life, first to born, until maybe we become the adult, we are under the control of the parents. We are not really in the society of the humans. Like say, it's like you in the some certain age, 70, 18, 16 years is in Tibetan cultures. When you become the 16, you are adult. You are really is like not BB anymore. For example, in the ancient times, boys become the 16, you travel to the Lhasa, traveling everywhere. And sometimes it's like an ordinary become army. And someone's like, it's like a maturation. This, of course, some other lamas different. For example, Mohan Rinpoche, when he was like 6 or 7 years old, he already basic education finished. Even the like kind of he studied from his uncle, 7 years old. He's the white astrologist almost finished because his uncle is a very good astrology. And after 9 years old, he received teaching from Patrul Rinpoche. And he received the 9th chapter of the Buddha avatars. And he can argue. There was one Gehi more than the 25 years old. And they challenged too. And argue, debate. And of course, Patrul Rinpoche become the partiality. And it's like Mohan Rinpoche is like a kind of really to be challenged this Geshe, and he's sitting in the middle. And both is his student. And then his Mohan Rinpoche a little becomes, oh, now I need teeth, he said. But then it's like this Geshe thought, very, very funny. How many years I studied? And I'm more than the 25 years old. And already I'm past exam, I'm a Geshe. But this boy is like almost 9 years old. And 100% this guy is different. And they have different like yak tent. In ancient times, Khatans very different yak tent. Even this sumo is coming near the Patrul Rinpoche, sitting there alone. And Mohan Rinpoche is very like sumo. He ran to his tent. And then his Geshe slowly to like kind of behind to went there. And then his Mohan Rinpoche's yak tent, many holes. One in the hole he looked, and Mohan Rinpoche go back. He don't study. Sit like this. In the front there is one like a painted one statue, the Machushar on the stone. In the hiso, shining there, and he's sitting like this. And then suddenly some luminosity is going to this statue and coming back. And he said, now I understand. It's just, I cannot be challenged. He pressed it and he just ignored and come back. Then after he want more, argue. But he's like kind of general rivalry or competitions lost. He has such a faith. And like this, then I think it's 10 years old, he comment to the 9th chapter, the wisdom chapter we have now. Wonderful text. And this sort of like this is already like maturated. And like this, we can to say it's like, here is what I mean say is like, of course, someone is like a child, someone is adult. I mean say it's like we have different experience. We want to childhood, okay, then immediately died. We couldn't much experience in the human realms. And we do not much kind of the sea. When we are like example, we go to in some is a museum on some excitement areas. Just like bring back, we can't experience, we can't watch. It's very sad. Like this. We came to in the human realms and immediately to die. It's very sad, yes. And of course, it's like when we become adult, then we really to experience all our human desirable things, food, tea, drink, clothes, shelter, house situation, different human beings. Then we need to experience really to, this is a human beings. And then slowly, slowly, until like become the old age start, where our like organs, faculties fresh, really to experience. And then it's a start also collapse in the organs, then slowly fade away that this like kind of the experience. Then we die, it's okay, not bad. This is normal. But we is like something is like the negative experience similar to the cause. And we in the previous life we lot of killed, and due to that we reborn the human, but maybe immediately we died. Or if we have such a sickness on our life, it's horrible. And like this, it's very much past lives. For many lifetimes, they keep and going on over and over again and again. This is very sad, this kind of occurring. This we cannot to complain because we done ourselves. Nobody's give to us. Like this. There are also people who survive into adulthood, but from their earliest childhood are tormented by illness, often after another without respite until their death. And of course, someone is like kind of the born, and even the childhood, and they got the sickness. Maybe when they're born and like handicap someone. And then it's like until they die, they all the timers and sick problems until they death again as the result of the having killed and insulted others in the past lives. Sometimes it's like we beat it in the previous life. Animals or the other sentient beings tortured, killed, make suffering, make painful, causing this like kind of the similarity of cause experience. And we have like here in this life obtain the human, but maybe die. Even we not die, whole life is there scratched by some sickness. Then we have very bad experience like this. And in this perspective, he said, in the face of the such circumstances, it is more important to confess with regret the past action that have brought them about, them to find a way to modify each immediate problems. It is like this kind of the like some in the negative circumstances, like something is occurring. Maybe it's the like a kind of the much better, more important, confess with regret, and maybe I did on the past negative actions. And now I'm abroad in this life to find a way to the modified or to kind of the to change or maybe it's like kind of the purified. Instead, that this kind of doing the purification, and like kind of the we want to find, modify, or the like immediately some problems to try to stop it. Like same as in our way. For example, some animals sick, and some animals like we injured, and also some humans. Oh, now they anyway is a very much sufferings. Better we can to kill it. It's this sort of. It's not very good. Why you do like this? Then you don't need to suffer. Maybe not necessarily. For example, if we have such maybe pain, we got the sickness, maybe want to quickly to die something, but maybe instead to killing ourselves or someone's, and we can to like kind of the confess on the past period's life. Maybe why we become sick, why we have something problems, because maybe the result of the period's life. Maybe we also hurt to the other sentient beings to confess, and this experience of the sufferings, sickness, and negative circumstances maybe is a great purification. Okay, good. Now I have such negative circumstances. It's a kind of my like purification, and to kind of the confess, instead to doing immediately kind of the to stop, immediately to modify the each like difficult, but better to confess, dedicate, accept, bring into the path. We should confess with regret and vow to renounce such actions. And also it's like coding the previous actions. Then it's like, like how do you say, which is the killing other sentient beings. Coding that in this life, maybe very short life, and also it is like kind of the such kind of negative circumstances, sickness, and a lot of problems kind of. And in this perspective, we should confess regret with regret. They'll vow to renounce such actions. Say, sorry, I want to confess. And also on the antidote to their effect, make effort to undertake positive action and abandon harmful ones. It's the wonderful. Of course, we confess on the past our actions, presently purified, to in the future to make the commitment, I never do again negative, like harmful actions. And like this, then it's like maybe we can to stop there. And what is your questions? Okay, Chloe still has one question.
Could you please clarify the process of confession? Because sometimes it says that it cannot be, how to say, I forgot the word. It cannot be purified, and sometimes it looks like if we strongly regret it, it's working. And how does it work?
What do you mean, cannot confess?
Could you explain?
Maybe can you write to send today?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Questions?
Thank you. We will start with some questions from yesterday. Nadeshka Skvortsova, she asks, how can we understand the meaning of unity of whole object and subject?
We need to study. The unity of the object-subject is a big, profound, large subject matter. If I'm shortly to say something, it's very difficult. Maybe you can to study. Maybe later we can to more study. Okay? Yes.
Thank you. Alex Lipatkin asks, thank you, Rinpoche. I have two questions. First, in short, how can we transform our ordinary contaminated perception into pure perception?
Okay, first your question is that to rely on the generation stage, practice pure perception, then you can to transform all your impure perceptions into the pure perception.
His second question, what is the best way to maintain the connection with our teacher all the time during the day?
Listen to what ugly your teacher says again and again, then it's connected.
Thank you. Dasha Guzeva asks, does killing of animals or insects have the same hard consequences as killing people?
Yes, more worse than the animal insect. Killing to the human beings. Like the matter of the object is also in the humans. Maybe some humans looks like insect. They're doing nothing. Maybe doing all the time is negative things. Maybe someone's killed. But maybe some human beings doing extraordinary benefit for the sentient beings. If you kill, it's like worse, much 100 times worse than killing insect.
Thank you. Anatoly Gargusha says, can we say that the prevention and elimination of worms from the intestine is an act of killing?
Worm in the intestine. Don't worry. Your caca doesn't coming out properly. You can take some medicine to a little bit problem the bacteria. It's okay, because you are more important than those bacteria.
Thank you. Also, moving to today's questions, Dasha Guseva asks, is it possible to recognize Buddha emanation among prostitute, butchers, and other beings? So, anyone can be a Buddha, even a parent or our friend, enemy?
Yes. It's also maybe some is your parents, but you don't recognize. Maybe it's also your friend, maybe even your enemies. Who knows? Uncertainty.
Thank you. Dasha Guseva asks again, if a person kills someone because of fear, which realm is he, she to be reborn in?
In the toilet.
Thank you.
Other question?
Yes. V asks, children who are 6 months old up to 3-4 years old want to have toys or the food of other children. They have covetousness. Is there an accumulation of negative karma since they are ignorant? Do children accumulate the same karma as adults?
And children can eat same as the adult? No. Like this different function, different. But of course also children, they have envious to the other choice. Yes, there is negative. Finished? Yes? No?
Yeah. One question.
Okay, continue.
Alice Nalpak says, my brother takes drugs. It makes my family suffer. But he thinks that it's not negative because he did not do bad things physically to others. How can I get any advice?
Yes. When you take drug, you hurting yourself. You hurting yourself, then you hurting your families. Maybe even you don't care. Yesterday already said you want to die, you want to become strange, but maybe your family such sufferings. Why you need to take drug, these persons? And better to stop. You hurting yourself also is a negative.
Thank you. Lena Petrovska has two questions. First, Rinpoche, about the driver who, while driving a car, kills many living creatures. Can we say that this is a murder due to ignorance?
Yes, and the same as the owner of the 100 sheep. Sheep killing all the animal creatures, and this is also the negative karmic effect to coming to the owner. Same like this car, when you drive, you crash a lot of beings. Surely there's effect.
Thank you. Her second question, people who elect and in any way support the leaders of country that unleash war and kill masses of people, do they share these tyrants' karma? And then what karmic results do they have?
Same as in the explanation of the word of my perfect teacher. Of course, maybe it's also need to sharing all this own country's people. If you're making destroy to making harm to the others, and that is also surely negative karmic effect.
Thank you. Dinara Zai asks, Rinpoche, thank you. When I was in college, I had to kill many animals. I had to kill animals with my own hands. I'm sorry about that. I do practices, but will there still be consequences? And how to remove those, and how to remove inclinations?
Practice Dharma very well, confess, then you can to purify it. You stop this negative result.
Thank you. Xenia has one question. If, for example, I see a car in the street, or a dress, or a house, or a computer, and there are tens and hundreds of similar cars and other items, and I think that I like and want to have the same kind of car and so on, and I think that I like and I want to have the same kind of car and so on, not necessarily the one belonging to someone. Is it avarice or just desire?
If this car or this thing, electronics, not belonging others, and of course covetousness, not really, but of course desire, yes.
Thank you. Alex Lipatkin asks, what will be more useful if you have time? Read long ngundro or read more mantras inside, short?
Long?
To read, what it's most useful, to read the long ngundro
Ah,
or to read the short one but have extended mantra recitation?
if you have time, it's longer one's good. No time, short one. Mental recitation is good, but maybe some purposely correct to do it good. Okay, now finish. Now use. What happened? Tornado. Oh, Brahma help. Cannot write?
I don't have internet and no, it was really stupid. I kind of have the answer.
Okay. Then it's maybe we can to stop there. Okay, love. Thank you very much your attention. Thank you very much your patience. Thank you very much. Be with me. And good night or good morning, good afternoon. Have a nice lunch. Shonjo sencho rinpoche ma shi pa na shi jer ji shi pa nyam ba me va da kan ne kan de pe va sho o ma hom ben zang gar pe ma se de rong ya nan da la da ni me ba sa dang ga me de dang lang ge zar这个健康嘛，这个不cha送到八戒热不西巴尔修，咱们啥也得哇多简单，对上家里全靠靠不呢，这也那小俺呀啷个嘞送到八戒热不西巴尔修。俺这自的三藏宝，这哇的见中宝托的机。给把人们看着从高高，怎么人看上单鸟发的，送到八戒儿我西哇小，莫也没空，下些老小俺伴着呀那小白了熊小玩着。小农半没送他往云道，送到八戒儿我西边儿小。挣钱老板人家人吃，都拿八个茶吧茶西当。下文大爷国见大把钱，全国都当大当大走不，送到八戒这我媳妇儿学，准备心当的自吃。你心门将这上头不出，冲上人长下手这马热。提什么去就扎当打了一人，送到八戒这不媳妇儿学。跑上一面前辈对哇啦，人前世界白马年的顶，那些跟头让向白马将，可什么人对家是老难有。送到八戒这不媳妇儿学，刚个14的前也去走。当年年纪下边养车嘞，小姐刚当七八破一的，这把媳妇吵架把妹姐送到八戒这把媳妇儿学，一家站那家不人长那么50多节让我讲死嘞。原家站那跑步奔着那，写着娘到着邻居这边。送到八戒这我媳妇儿学，他可是半上马肩膀你啊当，这不得等这不轻巧那，太把人跟考了那学经，有没刚把自己得云长，送到八戒这我媳妇儿学。学人咱们挣钱办家干，把我这个拉到拉门去。多吉那个人民吃大不哟，小农上班就挣多不些。 Sondo parjo robo hevar sho te te non ka yarme konze no. Hyana pe ma ji te wong shu la sambo chen koro samni korji ko. Non to po cho da dun tarwa she sondo parjo robo hevar sho. Te te chu ka shen ka nya garwa yana ye shi nimbo kanda zon. Nong tari pa kola da chu tena tuen koro gomba nyamba chang lin chen. Song do par je robo xe var xo go yer ka nye jar bo chen bo ye. Xa na sa va la sa de je ka po nya ngon ni ma te tam sen de. Tam jen jan su par ta jang a don song do par je robo xe var xo. Teta hingi kopa sartabani shurur yarja sondo parala yechen nonga ripi mantin tu ronlu maje hingi kopa no rono sondo pari ngambar sho chepr chezo sami tenderja zasan kong inda pa torni chon hi sondo pari poron che Len xie ye xie ro ro zar zo ni rong re pen jiang jie dang jar wa xiu. So yu ron tong gang mo lu ba lang yi ba rab ga ni zong gan de wu je par. Te li dor jie te pa san qiu ni che par wo sar zo fa qian bo ye. Tam mo ma ya ye xie lam sar xian mi lu fu ngong de zo ni zhong. Yen pe ma wut chorwa sho karte gomba sarchen ma zo na sun de be ma la zhao bu pen ba ye nam yin che wa zhen ta ba xiong ba ce be ma po nya kan ro kan ken me ngong si mo lo ban ka sar ni zong te ka chen za dong gar na ta ta da chong pe ma wut che par xiao Chun yi nambar to pa den ba tong kong chu za sma jan so tu ye ye dak man ba ye jan zhe jir ni zhu wa ren ba te pan xie pa xiu sen jie ni par jie ni pa nye de ne li ta jir ji zhu wa ne na ma le pa tong song di jo zhe pa tong kan zhu sen bo la so ba ye shen dong dan ju ji zong ma kan la ji pen de la ye zai ji ni ji ti de le ta zhe pa tong ce rin ni me de xie den ba ye shuo pa den la mi kus Da ye na li zong zan de yang ye de song ji sa lang kong ri rar bi kor ve xia ren zi wang ten zang jian cu ye xia pe sen ti par de ten jir ji Karma rar man man tong jama sabar chubar tong malang tong du yi chu nan te ta ta on benza satu benza satu